Uh, they made a mistake by letting him go. But no, I just feel like he bring a different energy for this defense, an energy that we definitely need. You can feel his energy is very contagious, and I feel like that's what the defense need. I don't know. He's just a different player out there. It's just crazy because the way we use him, it makes you want to be able to cover longer because a guy like that is going to make some plays happen. He's going to make some sacks, and that's the best part about Jamal's game. And I feel really comfortable with him being in that back end with us. He's just been great to have him, on his team. So, him facing his own team, he haven't changed anything. The energy is the same. His practice habits is the same. So that's a good sign. So I'm excited for him.
AJ,
Hey, Shaq, so you sort of talked about it there. He hasn't changed his practice habits heading into this week, but I have to imagine that not just with it being the Jets, but coming off of a loss, does the energy this week feel a little bit more, a little higher, or not desperate, but you know what I mean? Is coming off of a loss change the energy this week?
I wouldn't say is higher. I just feel like we just got back to our focus point. I feel like we kind of eased up off the gas a little bit, and now as everybody's locking back in, I feel like everybody's still because we always been practicing hard. I just feel like we let that game kind of get the best of us, and then we came in taking the team lightly. That's just being totally honest. And it's some teams that in this league you can lose to anybody. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter they lost every single game. You can lose to anybody in this league if you don't play right. And I feel like we took that game lightly, and I feel like the focus point now is just refocusing. Treating every team the same, treating like a championship game, like we continue to preach about. We just got to live by it. So when it comes to practice habits, everybody been the same. Everybody been practicing their butt off like we've been doing. It's just when we come to the game, we just got to continue to keep that same mindset, that same focus, and understand this is still a championship opportunity. We got everything in front of us that we want. And we just got to win it one game at a time, and that's the part that we got to get back to. So that was the focus point this week.
Michael Sean.
Hey Shaq, how do you balance, wanting to play well, so you get what you're worth, when your contract expires, and also just not trying to do too much at the same time?
Yeah, when it comes to that, I kind of I took that focus point away from the contracts and what could happen next. I felt like when I got to that point, I felt like I wasn't living in the moment. Understand that it could be a process where if I'm here or I'm not here, it could be a chance where if I play with my brother next year, it's so many different questions that's out there that will drive me crazy even trying to figure it out. So I got back to the main focus point and just helping this team win. I love playing this game. I love playing with this team. And being hurt kind of showed it the most. Being out for the last 3 or 4 weeks, it eat me up alive. The only thing I wanted to do was get back and just to play with the guys. Didn't matter what happened or what was going on. I just wanted to be back with those guys, run around, practice, laugh, and have fun. So, that's my main focus. I want to do whatever it takes to get this team back to the Super Bowl and bring it back home. That's my main focus. So that kind of helped ease my mind when it comes to contract talks or do I need to get this type of stat or all that stuff is out the window for me. Whatever it takes to get this team to this championship, that's all I'm here for. So it's definitely a lot easier on my mental when it comes to thinking that way. So I kind of let the contract stuff go.
Thanks.
Masvita.
Hey, Shaq, I'm just wondering, you're back after a couple games. Where are you physically? How are you feeling? And then a follow up on just Quandre drinks.
I'm feeling a lot better. It's always some different issues that any football player got to deal with throughout the season. It's a long season, but my body is definitely capable of going as fast and long as it can. So I've been feeling great, and I'm only getting better. I'm taking care of my body a lot more. I'm doing a lot more things. Continue to kind of like prepare myself for each game, and so I'm feeling great. And when it comes to Quandre Diggs, him leading that back end in picks, still kind of hurt about that. So there's some plays that I still got to make because I want to catch up. But no, he's been phenomenal this year. That's someone I definitely been rooting for this whole year. He always complained about being in the back end, not being able to make enough plays. It's starting to get boring for him. But now he's making the plays that that you see him making it. So he's enjoying it. So I've been rooting for this guy, all year, and it's just cool to see him back there. You can see how much he learned from over the years. It's something I continue to learn from. He see this game a lot slower than most people who just getting in. I've been preaching for the main thing is each year this game continue to get slower for me, and now I can see it from his eyes. It's just been pretty cool. But that's one of the guys that I definitely count on every game. make the same plays, to continue to be that leader that we need, to set the fronts and the people that we need to be in the right positions. He's been doing there for this team. He stepped up huge for us as a captain in that secondary, and that's something that we expect for the rest of the year. Like I said, I've been rooting for this guy, and he's doing amazing things, and I can't wait to see what's next.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Shaq, just curious what you thought about the way that DJ Reed is, what he's brought to you guys. He's started for you when you were hurt. He's started on the right side. He's played nickel, returned kicks and punts, just all the different things he's done for you guys.
I definitely feel like a lot of his work has been a little unnoticed. I feel like the things that he did to step up in a huge way, even when I was hurt or what's going on now, it's never been to a point where, okay, we put DJ Reed in and, okay, now we're going to attack this side. It's a little weaker on this side, or, we kind of fell off because we were missing some guys. DJ Reed stepped up in a huge way for us and making huge plays, and that's something that you can always ask for in a guy like him. So, and it's cool to see him step in a major way and have not missed a beat, not one bit, making the plays he need to make, and just being that guy we can count on. And that's huge when you have a guy like that, because you can put him anywhere. We talking about him playing corner, him playing nickel, put him in a return game, and he's making plays. Like, people would love to have a guy like that, and we're really lucky to have a DJ Reed on our team, because we can count on him to do whatever, and he's going to make the plays we need him to make. So I feel like he hasn't been given enough credit for that, but we really appreciate, having DJ Reed on this team.
Joe Fan.
Hey, Shaq, you mentioned, and I appreciate your candor saying that you guys maybe didn't take that game on Sunday as seriously as you needed to. When that happens, how do you acknowledge that as a team? Like, what conversations happen? Is it between players? Is it in official meetings? And how do you get back to that refocus? Because it is a pretty big thing to admit and be honest about. I think it's easy to say, oh, we didn't take them lightly and we tried our hardest, but to acknowledge that, take accountability for it, and then, move forward.
Situation like that, you gotta take it head on. I don't know, you got a lot of people who want to beat around the bush a little bit, kind of shy away from what was going on, what actually happened. But I feel like what's great about this team, this organization, we don't do that. We don't shy away from what actually is happening, what's actually going on. We talk about it, we fix it, and we move forward from it. And we came in, that Monday, and we spoke about the game and the mistakes that we made. We tried to correct it, but understand that that team was not supposed to beat us. Let's just be totally honest. They was not supposed to win that game, and we had to live with that. That's the taste in our mouth that no one never wants. That's the part that you can't go on with. You got to live with that. And that's the main thing. So understand that we lost that game. We don't want that feeling anymore. We don't want to feel like this anymore. So that's why it was so great for us to go ahead and attack that head on. Attack the elephant that's in the room. And understand we took this team lightly. A team that was ready to play, that got a lot on the line, that still got a chance to be in the playoffs, and as you see they're in the run for it. So that's to understand, like, that's the team that we was going against. We couldn't take them lightly, and we did. So we addressed that. We got to fix it. We did, and now we're going on to the next week, and we can't have that same taste in our mouth going into this week. So it was cool to be a part of that discussion. Understand that we can't let that happen again. So
Thanks, Shaq.
no doubt.
Curtis.
Yes, Shaq. Just curious. I mean, Quandre is the only guy in the back end that hasn't missed time due to an injury so far this year for you guys. Just how tough has it been trying to get everybody on the same page with Jamal coming in and all the moving pieces that you guys have had, and how do you feel that comfort level is starting to bed in at this point in the season now?
Well, it's been a crazy year. It's been a lot going on with injuries and stuff, and that's not something that we expect to happen. We hate that it did happen, but I feel like it's no better time than try to get all your pieces back together. When you're trying to make this playoff run, and you're trying to get to this Super Bowl, and you're starting to get everybody back healthy, this is when we need to hit our stride. So I'm getting a chance to get everybody back healthy. I'm finally back. Jamal's back there. We still got Quandre in there. We still trying to get Quentin Dunbar back fully healthy. We still got pieces that we still trying to get back right and trying to get back out there. So I feel like this is the best time to do it, to get everybody back healthy and hit our stride. So as of right now, it's been looking good. It's looking really promising. So I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is excited for it. And I can't wait to finally get everybody that we expect to play all together to start playing consecutive games together. We haven't had no more than 3 or 4 games together where it was all 4 of us that was supposed to be in and playing with each other to build that chemistry. But right now, like I said, this is the best time to do it. We got Quentin Dunbar coming back really soon, if not this week. So, that's something that we're looking forward to, and we can make that run. We can start building that chemistry. There's no better way to build a chemistry right before we get to playoffs, so it wouldn't hurt.
We have time for one last one for Shaquill. Ben.
Curtis already kind of got mine, but just to kind of add to the Quandre thing, you know, how he's kind of been the guy that's been there throughout, you know, all the injuries you guys have had. Just in what ways has he been kind of a stabilizing, you know, force for you guys having, you know, everyone in and out, you know, Quentin has missed time, Jamal's missed time, Ugo, Trey, you know, just in what ways is, you know, kind of with all his experience and now having kind of a full season, you know, training camp, all that with you guys, how has he, you know, been able to kind of keep that secondary together when you guys were really struggling at the start of the year?
Honestly, he's seen it all. He's seen it all. He's seen all different type of pieces being thrown in the game, and he had to find a way to work with it. Had to find a way to work with everybody. You know, and then when it comes to missing cornerbacks, missing safety, missing nickel backs, Quandre has been through it literally all with all different pieces on the board. So, you know, that's why I said he stepped in a major way in that room and being the leader that we need him to be in that group. Actually, being one of the oldest, if not the oldest guy in that group, we needed that from him. And for him to be able to witness and go through every single injury that everybody had to withstand, for him to stay in and continue to keep pieces together, that's huge. He understands what works, what doesn't work, because he's been through it. So it's cool to see that, and that's the guy who I trust in the back end to make sure that we're right. You know, certain situations that we've been through that I felt like that I might not understand, he does because he's been through it. Even if I wasn't there to see it, he's seen it. And that's the guy that we continue to count on when it comes to getting the linebackers or the D-line, everybody set up in different spots. Quandre makes it happen. And like I said, when you've been through so much with everybody, with all the different pieces and different injuries, he's seen it all. So it's cool to be able to lean back on him to understand that as long as we got Quandre Diggs back there, we can make whatever's out there and whatever's going on, we can make it work with him. So it's been cool. He's been stepping up in a major way, and that's exactly what we needed from him. You know, he's the leader. That's the guy that we look up into that room, and we're still counting on him, and he's doing major things. So, like I said before, we rooting for that guy. He's been doing an amazing and phenomenal job.
Thanks, Shaq.
No doubt.
All right. Thank you, Shaq.
All right. All right. Everyone.